It's somehow a great day to talk about not feeling guilty all the time for nonsense projection coming from a higher role in society, just made by comparison and inability to let go of that comparison um, habit and look forward to um, realize that you are not the body, you are not even the mind. Like a mantra, I've been listening to sometime. So, if you create a correlation between time and body, that's probably because that's what you perceive along the time, you perceive change, and you correlate the change of the forest with time. Otherwise, could you perceive time if you don't perceive change? So from this point of view, pointing within doesn't always imply to somewhere within the the body, or trying to uh, think that you are a localized self rather than the field of consciousness, which would not always imply a certain hierarchy or structure. And thinking of it not mostly as an emotional response, which is very much as feeling. So this points out to pain body. I've been reading recently. I had some question on GPT, which I want to look again into. It was mostly related with pain body. And the question is, what would a spiritual teacher say uh, that the source of grievance is? So there is a pain body, grievances feed and are fed by the pain body. Identification with thought, when you believe you are your thoughts, the ego's need for story. This I feel is something good to understand. So basically, this could be also an hindrance. Mostly, if you perceive a context where someone somehow insists to understand something that cannot be understood only through um, stopping the need to understand. And then there is resistance to what is, and also about living in psychological time. So, parent body is looking to be triggered because it feeds on suffering. So, here, um, To reason a little bit about is mostly to perceive yourself as conscious as possible and unbiased as possible, not only through the lens of knowledge, but somehow with a pristine view to not always look for the becoming, but look for arriving is something that guy from Vietnam, I call his name as Thich Nhat Hanh, born in 1926 in Vietnam. He was posing this question about when you stop running. He also founded the Plum Village monastery tradition in France. He has talks online, mostly from there. And that is what I recall. Very useful question. When you stop running, I remember some guy from America here in my city telling me about him. And since then, I was looking a little bit, and it was to me somehow mostly as recognition rather than intention. So the guy didn't tell me what to do. The guy only recognized me as wanting to stop running a little bit. That doesn't mean you are inactive or don't do the things that you have to do. It's mostly being comfortable in the present moment, being at peace with the present moment, and trying to point out that the circumstances of your lives does not determine the outcome. And the need to explain again is mostly determined by a bad company, which is mostly referring to the pain body that doesn't want uh, to stop complaining, because, as I mentioned, it feeds on suffering. There are four noble truths. An eightfold path. Each not Han is also pointing out insights from Buddhism. So there is the truth of dukkha, that the suffering exists. Samudaya, suffering has a cause. Nirodha, suffering can chase. And fourth, Magga, there is a path to that cessation. So dukkha, life exists. Life inherently contains suffering, dissatisfaction, and unease. Not just obvious pain, but the subtle unsatisfactoriness woven into all conditioned experience. Things don't last, nothing fully satisfied. So it points out also to impermanence. Samudaya, suffering also cause. The cause is tanha, craving, clinging, thirst. We cling to pleasure, to existence itself, to things staying the same. We also push away what we don't want. The grasping is the root. So I point out here letting go. Nirodha, suffering can cease. This is the hopeful truth. The craving can be released. Liberation, nirvana, is possible, not as a place, but as a state of freedom from compulsive clinging. And fourth, Naga, there is a path to sensation, which points to eightfold path. Practical description unfolds is one right view, understanding reality as it is, seeing impermanent suffering and the absence of a fixed self, right intention, cultivating intention and renunciation, goodwill, and harmlessness rather than greed, ill will, and cruelty. So the first two was wisdom, prajna, right view, right intention, then ethics, sila, right speech, speaking truthfully, kindly, usefully, avoiding lies, harsh words, gossip, idle chatter, right action, acting harmlessly, not clinging, stealing, or engaging in harmful conduct, right livelihood, earning a living in a way that doesn't cause harm to others or oneself, mental discipline, samadhi, it's the third category, practical category. And then the sixth point in Eightfold Path is right effort.